Hello everyone, it's Tony once again. For my post-COVID-19 recovery, I had COVID back in August. Please be sure to check with your physician or other healthcare professional before starting this or any other exercise program. I'm just going to be kind of guiding you through some of this stuff, but not necessarily the entire thing. So here I'm just doing some warm-up with PVC pipe, doing spinal rotations followed by lateral flexions just to warm up. I will also be posting the cardio portion of this workout separately, so please be sure to check out the channel and or the links for that. So for this exercise, you don't necessarily even have to have a PVC pipe. You could use any kind of stick as well, or not even bother using the stick. Just keep your hands out, keep your arms out straight and in abduction. So some tools that I am using in this will include the bench, but you could replace that with a chair. I also have the perfect push-up equipment. You can use other push-up stands if you want, or no push-up stands whatsoever. It doesn't really matter. And here I'm doing a full body spinal warm-up. I used to do this in jiu-jitsu. I will also be using the bands that you see in the corner with a handle, as well as a location that has a soft surface. It's also recommended because we'll be doing sit-ups, and it's not very fun doing it on the hard floor. So in this case, the foam tiles I have down here work well. Just doing inhales on the way up here, exhaling down. Okay, so this is going to be a chest, abs, primarily workout. Let's start off with some push-ups at just the basic level. Just join along with me, do what you can. Please keep in mind, if you can't do as many as me, that's okay, just stop and rest. If you can't do push-ups fully like this, just go ahead and get up on your knees. That works just as fine. Again, it's all about doing what you can do, not necessarily following everything that I do. Switching over to sit-ups now. I'm putting my legs up on the bench, but you could just as easily use a chair. And again, try to do them along with me. I'm also going to be doing something here that I feel is important, which is I don't put my hands behind my head, because there's a tendency for when you put your hands behind your head that you're going to pull on your neck. And I don't particularly feel like that strain should be going on the neck. So instead, I fold up my hands in a cable grip and put it on my forehead. This way I still have the benefit of the left arm being longer with the weight of my arms being up near my head, but I don't have the negative effects of the strain on my neck. And just do as many as you can. And what I'm going to be doing here is switching from chest to abs, chest to abs. I go back and forth, back and forth. That way, I'm not just waiting around, not doing anything. I'm actually going to be continuously exercising throughout the full, 25 minutes that this video runs for. This way, the muscles that are not working get to recover, so they're ready for the next set. Next, push-ups again, 10 to 15, maybe more. I can't quite remember how many I do here, but you do as many as you feel like you can. Once again, back to sit-ups. Now, if you don't like the way that I'm doing my hands being up, if it's too difficult for you to do that, just keep your hands across the chest, folded up kind of like an Egyptian mummy, or you can put them at your side. Both of these are less strenuous, with the ones being at the side the least strenuous. And that has to do with the amount of body weight that you're keeping farther away from the pivot point, which is, of course, your abdomen. You're probably feeling those. So back to chest, more push-ups. Give this one a try. Again, doing as many as you feel you can, 10 to 15. More if you can. Back to sit-ups, and you can see I'm kind of starting to slow down, but you must continue. Try to join along with me. And yes, it might be pretty simple, but I can tell you the next 2 days, my abs and my chest were very sore after this, so it works. You don't necessarily need tons of fancy equipment. I think you kind of see all the fancy equipment I have in this exercise room I've set up in my home, but you don't necessarily need that to get a good workout. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate going up a level in terms of difficulty. I'm going to be doing a raised push-up here, in which my legs are up on the bench. You could very easily do this with a chair as well. Just trying to do as many as you can. And of course, doing it at this point is really draining because we've already done so many push-ups already. All right, on to something a little bit different. I'm going to do oblique crunches. So basically, you're going to be getting into the regular sit-up position, but instead, you're going to rotate your lower body so that both knees point in the other direction, and once again, going up. And unfortunately, I am demonstrating the hands behind the neck position, which is not the best, But again, if you're careful, it is possible to do it. You just have to not be pulling with your arms and just be pulling with your abs. And here I go, remembering to demonstrate it in the fashion that is more correct and less stressful on the neck. And then switching sides, just rotating the pelvis and the legs to the other side. And looks like this time I remembered the correct hand position. And more raised push-ups. Again, if you can't do the raised push-up, just do a regular push-up. If you can't do the regular push-up, just do push-ups on the knees. In fact, if you can't do push-ups on the knees, you can do a push-up on the wall or a countertop. It still works the chest. Another set of oblique crunches coming up. Get yourself set up, preferably with the right hand position, and go for it. I think you know what's coming up next. More raised push-ups. Once again, try to do as many as you can. At this point, 8 to 10 is probably going to be very difficult to do. Oblique crunches, come and join me. We're doing both sides again. Okay, corner stretch. After all that, we're gonna put forearms up against the wall in the corner, stepping forward, leaning into it, opening up the chest, stretching out the pecs, and just trying to hold it there for about a minute. I'm gonna do some back bends just to go the opposite of all those crunches that we were just doing. It does stretch out the abs a little bit, but it's more of just doing the opposite of all those crunches just for some release. So these are basically decline flies. I'll be basically pulling the band across the chest with the anchor in the upper position. Have a good base and try to get the reps that you can get in. 8 to 10 reps is probably going to be a good number here. And of course, the farther away you stand, the more resistance that you get. The more bands that you add, the more resistance you get. I've also doubled it up here. So this is actually pretty strenuous. Doing the other side now. And instead of just waiting a minute in between sets, I'm going to go ahead and stretch one calf out. So arms against the wall, could be hands against the wall, bending forward, stretching that calf muscle that's of the leg that is put to the rear. And just going to hold that stretch. Again, giving us something to do in between sets of the flies. And I really do apologize for some of my nomenclature with the names of exercises, but That's just kind of the way it is. Many exercises have multiple names given to them, both your common gym names, your bodybuilding names, as well as clinical names, which I use interchangeably. Maybe because I'm a physical therapist, I just change around all the time, because when I'm talking to other physical therapists or physical therapist assistants, we all kind of speak the same language, so they all know what I'm talking about when I talk about resisted horizontal adduction, as well as saying a fly. Like they know both names. And let's stretch the other side. So the other leg is going to be the rear leg, and here you see I'm doing a method in which I'm just putting my hands up against the wall instead of the forearms. Both work. If you happen to be doing this out on a tennis court, you're probably going to want to put your hands on there, not your forearms. It's probably a little bit more pleasant. Yeah, you can see me grabbing the pec. I'm not necessarily looking too forward to this, but we must continue if we're gonna get anywhere in terms of our gains. Yeah, the face says it all. Yours is probably feeling this way as well. Push through it. You can do it. All right, so with this, I would like to invite all of you to watch the second version of this, which will be the cardio version of it, which is actually probably more important than all the exercises done on this video. You can also check out my channel for other workouts, and be sure to like, subscribe, and come back for more. Hope to hear from you. Please let me know what other kind of workouts or questions that you might have, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.